Okay, so now we're gonna work on setting up a composition for green screen. And so, by this point, again, we're in chapter 5. You've seen many different ways to start your composition. And so I'm going to show you another way or way that you may not have seen before. And I'm going to start with the GS work. So if I see the GS running, I'm going to start with that video. And I can look up here and see that it's the video itself is at 1920 by 1080, which is a very good size, as we know. And I know that that's video footage, but I can create a composition simply by clicking on it and dragging it to comp. And all of a sudden I have a composition. Now I'm going to take it out of um, media, and I'm going to go ahead and make my composition um, my comp folder, and I'm going to put it up here just to keep things organized. And I'm actually going to rename this green screen comp. Okay. Um, and so now this is not a video, meaning the video is still here, green screen running. But because I clicked on that clip, that video clip, and I drug it down on top of create a new composition, that allowed me to create a new composition where this video is now housed inside of, right? Or a copy of it, or you know, um, where a copy of it or a um, lies. So the original is still here. It's actually in my folder, but now I've sort of put it in a composition. So it's still here, but it's also in here now. So with that said, I can bring in some other folders, some other um, videos and some clips, video clips and some images, but I want to show you something because we talk about creating compositions, but we also want to make sure that we're paying attention to the comp size. So because I chose that particular video, knowing the size of it, right, the dimensions of it, and I'll put the composition settings window right next to the preview of that video clip. And actually, let me do it this way. Let me hit cancel, and I'm gonna click on the clip here so that it's just the clip. It's not a comp that has the clip in it. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna click back into my composition so it knows I can go to composition settings. And so when you see that dimension here of the actual video clip, you see that now the composition is that same size because I took that video clip and said, here, make a video clip, make a composition and put this video clip in, or a copy of this video clip in. Um, and so that's why it was that size. Some of these clips and some of these images are not that size. So you want to be careful what you make a composition, making a composition this way. You always want to make sure, like, is this the size I want to make my actual composition, this video clip? If I just click that video clip and make it and create a use it to create a composition, do I want that composition that size? So it's always important to check your composition settings. Okay, and so you want to see your size. You see the preset is at custom, which it doesn't really have to be because this is a straightforward size. And you want to make sure that you have these things set up correctly. Over here, you see the duration of the video. And which is now the duration of the composition. And of course, I can change it. I'm in composition settings. My background is black. So these are things that I can continue to update. But I always want to encourage you to look at your size of your composition, because this is something that you really don't want to change at the end of of completing your work and realizing, oh, the size is wrong for what the work I'm doing. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that, and I'm going to go ahead on with bringing down some more work into here, so some more of the media. So I brought the GS green screen running, right? So I brought that in by copying, by clicking, by bringing that down and creating a composition. But now that I have the composition, I'm going to go ahead and bring in some more of the green screen. I'm going to bring in this green screen JPEG, which is like some grass. And I'm going to go ahead and I'll put that on top. So again, I want you to see that. And then I'm going to bring in the dog. I'm going to hide the image of the grass. And again, see that green screen again, and that's the dog clip. Okay, so I have a green screen JPEG, right, which is still there. I have a green screen of him running, and then I have this dog. And so I want to frame this dog a little bit more so that I have his whole self. And I'm going to go back. Let's go back here. So see how much bigger this dog um, clip is than the size of my composition. Again, I just want to remind you that if I had created the composition using this clip of this dog, my composition would be this size, which is the wrong ratio than this, right? So you again, you always want to make sure if you're going to do a shortcut to create a comp, make sure that you're using a clip that's the clip that the size that you want, or you go back into composition settings and you change that size to the size you need it to be. Um, so with this, I want to make sure that I'm framing this. I kind of want his whole body or her whole body in this. And there's different ways that I can do that. And I think I am going to do so many ways to do it. Um, transform, reset. I'll do fit to comp. And that's not a look that I like, because you see it's kind of stretchy and the ratio is off, which um, is not a good idea. And I'm going to just go back here one more time. And okay, so I'm just going to go to transform, and I'm going to go to fit to comp, but instead of just fit to comp, because I want it to fit the width, um, because again, this is the wrong ratio size, right? So if let me go to transform, and I go to fit comp, as you saw, it, if I'm trying to force it to fit into a ratio that it should not fit in, because it's not designed that way. So I'm going to undo that. I don't want that. And so I'm going to click and hit undo. And what I do want, though, is it to fit so far as width, rather than width and height. And so I'm going to go ahead back to transform and click on fit comp width, right? So fit to your composition, the width of your composition. So when I click that, then I get that width. Of course, the height is not the same because it's a different ratio. And then I can go ahead and just move this. I can use something to keep me from going side to side, but I'll just bring it down. Okay. And so once I have that, I essentially have all three clips that I'm going to work on to do this, the green screen.